Sometimes we unknowingly tie results or outcomes to our sense of self. And this is why you could be living out your dream life right now. You could be achieving your goals. You could be achieving a certain level of success. But despite all of that, despite achieving what you want for yourself, you'll still end up feeling empty inside. And this happens to a lot of people sometimes where they achieve their end goal, but they still don't feel satisfied or fulfilled or happy or whatever type of outcome that they're looking for. And this is something that I was talking to with a client yesterday. We were talking about, okay, so along your journey of achieving your goal, right? Sometimes it could feel hard and you could feel stuck along the way, or you could feel confused or lost. And that's what I talk about in almost every single one of my other videos. But in terms of actually achieving your end result and still feeling lost or stuck or empty or unfulfilled, the reason why that happens is because anytime you want something in life, whatever it is, no matter how big or small you think it is, it's not that you're chasing a thing outside of you. It's that what you actually want is a feeling inside. So if you want money, let's say that the reason why you wanted X amount of money was to feel safe. So that way you could pay all of your bills, you could buy a new house, you could buy a new car, you could travel the world, whatever. And it doesn't matter how you achieved it. Let's just say it's already sitting in your bank account. But now you don't feel any different. You still feel the same. You still feel empty inside. You're like, okay, I could pay all my bills and that's great. I could travel the world and that's great. But I still don't feel satisfied. I have all the money in the world, but I still don't feel satisfied. If you still don't feel fulfilled with yourself or satisfied with yourself internally, your behavior is going to reflect that identity. So, what does that look like in the real world? That looks like us going out and seeking the next best thing to make us feel satisfied, since the first thing didn't. So we lead with that identity, we lead through that behavior, and then when we achieve the next best thing, we still don't feel satisfied. And then we go on to the next best thing. And it's just a continuous loop of constantly achieving your goals or certain outcomes, yet never feeling satisfied, or whatever the end result that you want to feel is, right? So when you're leading from a behavior that actually, or an identity that actually aligns with the outcome, meaning you're giving yourself a feeling first. You're not supposed to outsource your power, right? We are all here living and breathing as powerful beings. But when you start outsourcing your power and you start relying on external things, things that are outside of you, once I have this money, then I'll feel safe. Once I reach this level of success, then I'll feel satisfied. Once I have the love of my life in my life, then I'll feel worthy. You're not supposed to outsource that. You're not supposed to rely on things outside of you to make you feel the way that you want to feel. You hold all of the power in that. When you make yourself feel those things first, not only does the journey along to achieving those things get to you more quickly and easily, but once you achieve the outcome, you stay in that fulfilled state. You stay feeling fulfilled. You stay feeling satisfied. You're not constantly searching for the next best thing, because you have already reached ultimate fulfillment within yourself first. You can continue going on to achieve different goals. Yes, I'm not saying don't have any more goals for yourself. But when you set new goals for yourself and you're already fulfilled within inside or inside yourself, you're not chasing goals for a feeling anymore. You're going after achieving goals because it just brings you pure joy, because it's fun, because it feels good to you already. Not because you're wanting to feel good because you want to achieve the goal. And I know that that seems almost backwards to, from what we're used to experiencing or things that we've been taught or things that we've been conditioned to believe. But really think about it. Think about things in your life that you have achieved and think about how maybe you did feel fulfilled or satisfied or happy or whatever the feeling was. You felt that for a little bit, right? It's like when you get a new phone. You're happy to get a new phone. You have the new shiny phone in your hand. You're playing around with it, changing the settings. You're glued to it for a few days. But then after that, what happens? You put the phone away and it's nothing. Then it's just a phone, right? It's brand new, but after you have it in your hand, it's yours, you paid for it. That's it. You're like, "Okay, cool. Whatever. I have the thing." Right? But it's the same concept when it's something that we consider to be more, major than that, like achieving success or a certain amount of money or love or whatever. But if you don't turn inward first and give yourself that feeling that you want to feel, that is why you're going to keep on searching for the next best thing out of desperation, not out of joy. But the end goal. See, life is all about living as an expression, right? And experiencing what life truly has to offer. It's not about constantly striving for the next best thing because you want to feel something. It's about feeling something and living your life based off of that joy, that fulfillment, that satisfaction, that love. Because when you lead yourself from those type of feelings, you're always going to experience that in your life and you're never going to go searching for it anymore. So, before I turn this into like a whole tangent, because I feel like I'm going to start venturing off on different side quests. If you feel like you've achieved certain goals in your life, but you don't feel satisfied by them, turn inward. Like I say in every video, turn inward and give that feeling to yourself. Ask yourself, what did I want this result or this outcome? What did I want to get out of it? What feeling did I want to feel? Love, worthiness, respect, success, whatever it is. But give it to yourself. And I know even that might raise a question, right? Like, okay, well, how do I do that? How do I do that then? If I'm supposed to give it to myself first before I get the outcome, how do I do that? But think about this. When a goal initially pops into your mind, what are you thinking about? Or if you're someone that could see like mental images inside of your head, right? When you think of that goal for the very first time, what do you see? Because usually it's not, okay, what do I have to do? What are all the steps I need to take in order to get there? That's not what comes first. What comes first is the feeling of satisfaction of having that goal. Even if it's for a split second, when you initially think of it, the goal or the outcome, you get the feeling of satisfaction. You get the feeling of fulfillment, of love, of happiness, of joy, whatever it is. You get that, even if it's for a second. That's how you know how to feel it, is because you have felt it before. But then what comes after that almost immediately is the overthinking, is the self-doubt, is the fear, is the limiting beliefs. Okay, but how am I going to get it? It's going to take me X amount of years. It's going to take me, all of this hard work in order to get it. I'm going to have to lay out this 10-step plan. I'm going to have to do all of these things. And then you start getting in your head about it. And that's why, for one, it feels so difficult to achieve it. But then for two, once you achieve it, you don't feel fulfilled because along the way, you were not giving yourself the feeling of having it first. You were giving yourself the feeling of doubt. You were giving yourself the feeling of fear. You were giving yourself the feeling of, how am I going to get this? Right? Desperation or, like a sense of lack, like you don't have it. But when you stay true to that initial feeling that you get when the desire pops into your head or the outcome pops into your head, stay true to that feeling. Because when you hold on to that feeling of satisfaction or fulfillment, whatever it is, And you use that feeling, that energy source, not to outsource, but as a source of within yourself, then that's when the outcome that you want comes to you naturally because you're the magnet. So you're not going to be, you know, struggling along the way as much as you think you would. It's going to be a lot easier to draw that result, the end result, into you. And once you have it, you're not going to feel like you have to go seek out the next best thing because you want to feel something more. Now you're going to go and achieve a new goal just because it feels good. So, if this sounds like something that you've experienced before, let me know in the comments. And as always, if you want to work with me, my link is in the description. That does it for this one. I will see you again next time. I love you. Bye.